So, hello and welcome back. So, what I want to look at now is a little bit more intricate question number 9 that says the diagram shows a circle with center -6 and -5 as coordinates which touches the y-axis at the point A. Find the coordinates of A and hence find the equation of the circle. Now, so now let's actually do that. But what I want to do before I even go to that is I want to tweak the question a little bit. This question doesn't allow us to determine the coordinates of A certainly without looking at the graph. So what I want to do is I'm going to add a little bit of information to the question to say CA, which is this point over here, CA or AC, which is a line, is perpendicular to the y-axis. That's something I want to say. Now assume that I've added that and assume that that is part of the question. It's perpendicular to the y-axis. Everybody got that? Right. Let's go. Okay. So if it's perpendicular to the y-axis, you must know that it's parallel to the x-axis because the y-axis and the x-axis are perpendicular. So if I take a line, right? If I take a line, and let's make that line blue, that line CA, I'm saying, as part of the question, that line AC is perpendicular to the y-axis. That means that the y-axis meets this line at a right angle. That also means what? That the line itself is parallel. Right. It's parallel to the x-axis. Now, if it's parallel to the x-axis, it means that the y changes, right? I mean, its x value changes all the time, but its y value will remain the same. Okay. Now, there's two important things. Firstly, I want to note that the point here, the point A, is actually on the y-axis, right? On the y-axis. Now, if that point is on the y-axis, it means that the x-coordinate is equal to 0. That's something that's known, right? Because 0 and 0 is there. If I move down, my y is changing, but my x does not change. So we know x is 0. So that must mean that A has coordinates 0 on the x. Now, using the information that AC is perpendicular, it is what? Perpendicular to the y-axis. In other words, it is parallel to the x-axis. That means that hold that thought. That means that this value here in terms of y does not change, which must mean that if C over there has got -5 on the y, then this must also be -5 on the y, and that will be the coordinate of A. Now, using that coordinate of A, hence we want to find the value. Hence, we want to find the value, or rather the equation of the circle. Now, let's talk about the standard form of the circle. What is the standard form of the equation of a circle? Well, it's x minus a squared plus y minus b squared is equal to r squared. Now, the center to A, that actually gives us a radius. Now, that radius from 0 on the x to -6 on the x-axis, right, has a length of 6. So there immediately I know that this side is going to be 6 squared. So I'm going to put it in there as such. And I know the center is actually x minus -6. So it's going to be x plus 6 squared plus y plus 5 squared. Right, and there we go. Let's simplify this on this side. It's going to be, therefore, my equation of the circle is going to be the following. Let's put it in black. It's going to be x plus 6 squared, plus y plus 5 squared is equal to 36. And there we go. Determine the coordinates of B, the point where the circle cuts the x-axis. So that's something we're going to do next using this information over here.